Katya, your turn, and then Mark.
Hi everybody, I'm Katya from Midlife with Katya, working with women between the ages of 40 and 50. I sell mentor sessions starting at $150. The people who work with me are generally mums who want to go from chaos to calm and connect with themselves and the life that they desire. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Katya. So our speaker this week is the wonderful Katya Dantini. There you go. Mentally, when I go to say your last name each time, the letters are there in my head, but then they move around. And all right. So a little bit about this. Here at Business at Breakfast. Oh, by the way, I've decided to give us a new name for Business at Breakfast at this second meeting. So the first meeting has become Business at Breakfast International. That happened a couple of years ago by Glenn Kirkwood when he was hosting. He called it Business at Breakfast International because we had so many international people. Of course, we get plenty of internationals here too, but I've always just called this the Business at Breakfast 10 a.m. It used to be 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. Of course, it doesn't make sense to America at all or anywhere else in the world. So I've been trying to come up with a name, and names aren't really my space, but I've got it. Here it is. Business at Breakfast, the second seating. So that's what it is. We're now at Business at Breakfast, the second seating. So every week, one of the members at the Business at Breakfast second seating meeting gets the opportunity to share with the group further insights into their business or enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves. The members can use the time to problem solve or seek assistance and advice from the group as a collective. The time is theirs to use however they would like. Today we have the wonderful, as I said, Katya Dantini. Now, Katya lives in Melbourne, Australia, and she's a midlife mentor for women between the age of 40 to 50 who are ready to move from chaos to calm. Think of chaos like they've still got young kids that are going to school and they're thinking, when is this going to end? Why are they still arguing with me? I've made it to like that 40 to 50 age mark, and why are they still arguing with me? Surely I've learned how to deal with this by now too. Children teach a completely different way. It could be that 40 to 50 mark is the kids have finished school. They still may or may not be at home, but they're out doing their own things, so they don't really want mom so much anymore. And mum could be a single mum now left with a lot of time on her hands. It could be that she's going to could go back into the workforce, or kids are moving out home, empty nester, spend more time with hubby. Maybe her and hubby have gone different ways because life has just changed. I don't know, but then that 40 to 50 mark, lots of things change. And then, of course, you've got midlife. So we've got a lot going on between 40 and 50. So with that, just let you know, she's easily found at her website, katyamarie.com.au. And with that, Katya, I'll let you take it away. You've got up to 8 minutes. At the 8-minute mark, I'll do this. If you take that long, we'll have questions. You just wrap it up and we'll have questions. If you take less than that, we'll just have more questions. All right, I'll leave it to you.
Thank you, Misty. I am a little bit nervous, so bear with me. Hi, I'm Katya from Midlife with Katya. I work with women between the ages of 40 and 50 in that midlife path, selling mentoring starting from $150. People who generally buy it are women who their kids have either started school, getting to high school, leaving home, but they're ready to go from that craziness, that chaos, that constant moving to some form of calm. So here's how I got here. My last kiddo went off to school, and I remember coming home to an empty house going, what do I do now? What is there for me now? I've raised my kids. I wanted more than the current narrative I had in my life. I started searching. I started searching for people who could help me. I did the personal development. I did the exercise. I did the eating plan. I did all of the things. And I came back to, I was burnt out. I had no time for me, and I wanted something more. My whole body, mind, soul was screaming for more. So I became that person. I became the midlife mentor. I became the one that walks with you through the path to pull out the things that no longer fit and to create the life that you desire. working one-on-one with my clients brings balance, calm, and a connection to the desire that they have for a more fulfilling life than what they currently have. So many women say to me, I love being a mum, but I want more. And it's the want more part that's where the work starts there. Thank you. I'm Katia from Midlife with Katia.
Wow, that was short and sweet. Lucky, because I absolutely did not set a timer at all. But if I go back and when I go back and watch this, I can honestly say I think you've been the shortest. I've had 3 minutes as short.
Oh.
But, yeah, no. Look, it's amazing what words and what great information we can get in such a very short amount of time. And it allows for questions, but the right questions to be asked. So whatever you didn't say, it's the right questions are coming out. So sometimes the shortest presentation is the best one. Think of an elevator pitch. Sometimes the shortest one is the best one.
Okay.
Alison, you've got your hand. I see, I haven't even called for questioners, and now Alison's already got a hand up. Go for it, Alison. Can't hear. Why can't I hear? Oh. No, you have to come in really close to your speaker.
What Katia didn't say, and I can't remember exactly what the process was, but she does some amazing stuff in terms of working with, I can't remember what you did for Serena, Katia, you know, with energy and, you know, lifting sort of people who've got all sorts of issues and getting them to really, you know, step into their life with greater power and excitement and results. So, Katia, if you could speak to that. And now I've got someone else's name there, which is not good. Anyway.
Thank you.
To say it.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Alison. Does someone else have a question? So your sessions, Katia, your sessions with mums. I'm thinking of all sorts of mums. Yeah, the ones where the kids have left home, the ones the kids are arguing all the time, the ones that young kids.
Mm-hmm.
The kids that the mums where they're heading towards menopause, and then all sorts of life changes are going on over there. I had a moment this morning. Here's what I've discovered. If I don't have chocolate available to me in the house, I'm really not a nice person. And I've been recently buying chocolate bars this week. Buy the chocolate bar, eat the chocolate bar. So I figure I just get down the street and get another chocolate bar the next day. But I've discovered that if I don't have it available to me between when I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to when I get the kids to school, I don't have to eat the chocolate bar. I have to know it's available. And I had been going through this thing of having just little snack size Mars bars. They've been available. Should I decide I want one? But with it not being available, oh, I'm awful. But I'll blame the children.
Yes.
So they didn't trigger me. So yes, I would hate to think what that's going to mean heading into, I'm 47, so heading in over the next 3 years as to how that's going to play out. But every now and then Simon has been saying to me in the last 2 weeks going, is there something wrong? No, I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure actually it's the chocolate bar versus the bag of small ones being available. And Jack bought white Tim Tams. It's not the same. So there you go. Heather, you've got your hand up, and then Desiree. So Heather first.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, we had a great one-on-one the other day, Katia, so I sort of feel like I have a good understanding of where you're heading with your business, but I'm really curious as to what is the key thing? If there was one or two, maybe you might find it hard to be one or two, for women to help transition across that stage that you're talking about. Like, you know, do they come to mind like, yes, there's this and this that makes such a difference?
So how I work is there's 4 pillars. So I look at there's 4 pillars to midlife. So there's 4 things to sort of go through. If I was to pick one only, it will be connection to self. So what happens is basically we lose our connection to ourselves because we're so busy nurturing everybody else. I'm trying to do the short answer. We're nurturing everybody else and we are left behind. So one thing, connection to self. That would be it.
So what are the other 3 now? You've got us curious.
Okay, other 3 are stories we hold. So what are those stories that we hold that hold us steady? Passion for life, because basically the passion for life has left the building, and rhythm and balance.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. That's really good. That's so good to yeah, get that picture. And for me, I'm a bullet point person, so that makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bullet points are good. Desiree, you got your hand up?
Yes, Katya, thank you for the presentation. Sorry. If we had to listen out to something that, you know, some trigger words or sentences that people say, and we'll say she might need to see Katya, what would they be? What kind of things are women saying that will say, okay, she sounds like she's having that thing going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I hear what you're saying. So the main things that women say to me is they're going through the motions. So they're not even present with life. They're just going through the motions and doing what they have to do. They love their kids, but they want more. But it feels selfish to ask for more. And the third one would be that they're alone in a room full of people. They just don't fit. They don't connect. There's no connection with anything or anybody. So they would be the three things.
Yeah, those are good things for us to know and to think about. Yeah, I'd written down before when you said, love my kids, but surely there's something else. And I thought, oh, hang on. We hear people say that. We say that.
Don't feel like we're allowed to ask for more. And that's one of the big society issues. I'm going to keep it short. We don't feel like we can ask for more.
Yeah. Like it.
Mm.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions? I know for me, Katya's given me sort of more things to think about, and questions might be there, but they're not there yet. Probably get to the end of the meeting and go, dang it. I had some good questions. Now I got nothing. And that could happen too, because sometimes we get a speaker that gives us more to think about and questions aren't there, because once she's sort of told us what she does and how much it costs and who buys it, sometimes that's answered a lot of our questions. Neville, you've got your hand up?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask whether you are focusing specifically on women who are partnered or women who are single, or both.
Both. Women single and partnered, because it happens to every woman.
Okay.
Thank you.
Stay-at-home mums or working mums?
Both, but what I would say is working mums generally, and I both.
Keep it general.
I'll leave it at both. Yeah, both.
No, but if we look at so stay-at-home mums, I can sort of see it more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing everything for the household. Surely there's something else for me to do.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So what's the issue on the, yes, working for the household, being the mum, doing that, and going to a job? Where's the problem sit?
So if you're looking at a working mum, they're
Mhm.
doing everything. So they're probably managing a team, or they're like doing everything at work, to then come home and go, hang on a minute, there's life admin. How do I do that as well? So it's like this constant picking off your time and energy. So it's like, how do I balance that? How do I create a space for myself? Because those working mums will not create that space for themselves, because it's like there ain't no time between.
Yeah. When the kids are 18, I can sit down and relax, right? Or when I turn 60 and then, I should be able to retire. It should all work out, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. That's a good picture. Kathy, you got your hand up?
Yes, I wanted to ask, and thank you for the presentation. Actually, I haven't gotten a chance to meet you yet, so I'm thrilled to have this opportunity. Are you finding that the challenges between single moms and not single, as in partnered up moms, are similar? Do they have the same challenges, struggles, etc., or what does that look like?
So generally they can be the same, but there will be a difference, because they're not getting respite by having another partner there to come in and take part of the load. So it's then working out, okay, what becomes priority for a single mum as opposed to a partnered mum. Is the bottom line issue still the same? Absolutely. Is making time for themselves and connecting to themselves. It's still the same. I hate saying issue, but it's still the same problem to solve. It just, you have to handle it differently. So I've got clients who are partnered and clients who are single, and it is, yes, different, but the same.
Yep. Same, but different.
Sorry,
I appreciate that.
No,
No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
thank you.
the truth is we can handle that answer. Oddly, it is actually an answer that makes sense. It's the same, it's just done differently.
Yes.
Different, but it's kind of handled the same. Like it's one or the other, and yet it still works, right? Yeah. So the answer still works.
Yeah.
Dina, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, thank you, Katia. That was a great rundown of a very interesting job you've got. Obviously, I'm wondering. I love that you go back to disconnection with self, but the other root causes of the desire to want more are you finding it's often rooted in the family of origin, or the relationship with the partner and those sorts of things? Could you just tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. Yeah, no, great question. It can be, again, a varying of a lot of things. So it can come back to partner relationships. It also comes back to the stories. So what I mean by a story is a thought that we have in our mind that I need to be this mum. So for me, I needed to be the mum that stayed at home, that looked after my kids and worked part-time. When I got to this stage, it went, why is my life falling apart? I've got everything that I need. But I didn't have any connection to myself. So when we're in that nurturing phase, and every woman will go through it, we're giving so much of ourselves, whether or not that's to our relationship, whether or not that's to our extended family, whether or not that's what it is, we're giving. And it's like, we're not nurturing this space.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. I'm going to keep tracking forward, moving on. I know you've given us a lot to think about there, Katia, and thank you everyone for your questions and your thoughts and your ideas, and just adding to the conversation as well. I'm pretty sure that you'll probably come up with some questions later while you're driving around doing something and then, So Katia's details are in the chat box, and I do send the chat box out to everybody at the end, therefore making it very easy for you to find her contact details as well. So feel free to give her a call, book in a one-to-one, and then you get to have more of a discussion as well. On the other side of it, I always encourage everybody to have one-to-ones. So if you do happen to call Katia and ask her some more questions, don't shortchange her by not telling her what you do before you leave. It's all well and good for her to talk about herself the entire time, and it'll make her feel good, but later she'll go, I don't know anything about that person. Oh, that's no good. So make sure that you get that side in it as well. So what can be just, I have to ask you a few questions. You could make it a quick one-to-one while you're there as well. All right. Thank you for being our speaker today, Katia. That was fantastic.